7 Simple Secrets to Eating the Mediterranean Way. What if diet wasn't a dirty word? During Susie Karache's childhood in Port Said, Egypt, diet culture was non-existent. My parents emphasized joy at the table rather than anything else, Karache said. I grew up with Mediterranean lifestyle principles that celebrate eating with the seasons, eating mostly whole foods and above all else sharing. But when Karache moved to the United States at age 16, she witnessed people doing detoxes or restricting certain food groups or ingredients. Surrounded by that narrative and an abundance of new foods in her college dining hall, she says she gained a freshman 31 instead of the freshman 15. When she returned home to Egypt that summer, I eased back into eating the Mediterranean food that I grew up with. During the span of about 2 months, I shed all of that weight without thinking I was ever on a diet. To help invite joy back to the table for others, and to keep her family's culinary heritage alive for her 2 daughters, now 14 and 22, Atlanta-based Karache launched the Mediterranean Dish Food blog 10 years ago. Quickly, her table started getting filled with more than just her friends and family. I started receiving emails from folks whose doctors had prescribed the Mediterranean diet and were seeking approachable recipes, Karache said. The plant-based eating lifestyle, often rated the world's best diet, can reduce the risk for diabetes, high cholesterol, dementia, memory loss, and depression, according to research. What's more, the meal plan has been linked to stronger bones, a healthier heart, and longer life. Preparing meals the Mediterranean way, according to Karache, can help you eat well and live joyfully. To us, diet doesn't mean a list of eat this and don't eat that. Instead of omission, Karache focuses on abundance, asking herself, what can I add to my life through this way of living? More whole foods, vegetables, grains, legumes. Naturally, when you add these good-for-you ingredients, you eat less of what's not as health-promoting, she told CNN. In Karache's second cookbook, The Mediterranean Dish, Simply Dinner, released Tuesday, she showcases how to do just that with 125 recipes and a cornucopia of tips with busy families in mind. These days, I'm a busy American mom. I know the grind of putting food on the table for my family. My kitchen today showcases what I've adapted from the Mediterranean heritage and travels in recent years, Karache explained. If you've ever thought, I'd love to eat better, but I don't have time, Karache invites you to pull up a chair and reimagine dinner. Instead of cutting anything out, consider focusing on these 7 commandments of the Mediterranean lifestyle. Karache recommends: use mostly extra virgin olive oil. Incorporating olive oil as a primary source of fat is the #1 thing that distinguishes the Mediterranean diet from other eating patterns. According to Karache, compared with a low-fat diet or a menu that relies on other fats, such as butter or coconut oil, preparing your meals with extra virgin olive oil has been linked to lower blood pressure, better blood sugar control, and easier weight maintenance. I use it in everything, including baking. A cake with olive oil is so tender since olive oil remains liquid at room temp. Try it instead of butter, Karache said. Eat more plant-based foods every day. Plant-based doesn't just mean items you'll find in the produce aisle. Consider whole grains, nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, and beans. These add flavor and excitement, she said. Individuals who eat 30 or more different plants per week have significantly healthier gut microbiomes than their peers who consume 10 or fewer, according to 2018 research. 2 to 3 times per week, eat seafood. Most people know that the heart-healthy omega-3 fats and protein in fish are ideal additions to meals, Karache said. However, she noted, the biggest challenge I hear from home cooks is that they're intimidated by fish. Canned totally counts. Stock up on tuna, salmon, or any kind of tinned fish. Try out quick cooking options such as garlic and Dijon baked salmon or Za'atar baked halibut with potatoes and artichoke hearts in her cookbook, Simply Dinner, to conquer your fears. 1 to 2 times per week, eat poultry. Many evenings, cauliflower and sweet potato stew or a chickpea marinara are dinner for Karache and company. Then once a week, she might add chicken breast or a few ground chicken meatballs to her spread. In the U.S., we think about protein first on our plate, then maybe a garnish of something else. Our protein portions are large, Karacha said. In the Mediterranean way, we don't say no to chicken, turkey, or other meats. We just enjoy them in smaller portions and less often than the standard American diet. Those who follow her lead with a plant-forward diet are, on average, at lower risk for heart disease and certain cancers than their meat-minded neighbors. According to a May Research review, eat red meat and sweets once in a while. A burger and a slice of birthday cake is part of a joyful lifestyle, and neither are off-limits here. Just keep portion sizes and frequency top of mind. A few slices of flank steak on a salad is not the same as consuming a 16-ounce marble ribeye, Karacha said. Consume eggs and dairy moderately. Even if you eat one egg every day, you won't increase your risk for heart disease or early death, a 2020 study found. Again, this boils down to how much, how often, and what you pair it with. It's wise to refrain from a 5-egg omelet overflowing with cheese as a regular weekend meal. But an egg over a bed of garlicky Greek yogurt with a shower of fresh herbs gets the green light. Use mostly whole grain products. Ideally, you'll be eating more quinoa, barley, oats, and other whole grains than white rice and white bread. But when it comes to bread and pasta, Karacha doesn't always abide by this. For recipes like her ciabatta, pita, or lavash, she's A-OK with using white flour. The problem with flour and other bread products is not necessarily the flour. It's the quality and all of the additives in things like bread, she said. Seek out the best flour you can afford. Then make your own bread or pasta. Or invest in high-quality bread or pasta with as few ingredients as possible, Karacha added.